Today, I want to take you on a journey of mindset, courage, and unwavering belief. The idea I want to explore with you is simple yet profoundly transformative: to act as if you cannot lose. It's a philosophy that defies fear, shatters doubt, and empowers you to approach every challenge, every opportunity, and every dream with a relentless spirit that refuses to accept defeat. Imagine for a moment a world where failure is not an option, where you walk into every room, start every project, and face every obstacle with the certainty that victory is inevitable, not because of luck or external circumstances, but because your mindset commands it. This is not about arrogance or blind optimism. It's about a deep-rooted belief in your ability to shape your own destiny, to overcome setbacks, and to keep moving forward no matter what. Why is it that some people seem to glide through life's toughest battles unscathed, while others stumble and falter at the slightest challenge? The answer lies in how they perceive the possibility of loss. Those who act as if they cannot lose approach life with a different mental framework. They don't focus on the risk of failure. They focus on the potential of success. They treat obstacles as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. They don't shrink back when confronted with adversity. Instead, they lean into it. When you act as if you cannot lose, you unlock a powerful source of energy. It's the energy that comes from confidence, from clarity of purpose, and from the courage to take risks. It's the energy that allows you to keep going even when the path ahead is uncertain or steep. This energy transforms you from a passive participant in life to an active creator of your own reality. Let me share with you why this mindset is so important. Life is unpredictable. Circumstances beyond our control can change everything in an instant. But what if you had a way to maintain your strength and determination regardless of those changes? What if you could step into any situation and carry yourself with such assurance that even the most daunting challenges seem manageable? Acting as if you cannot lose does not mean ignoring reality or pretending that difficulties don't exist. Instead, it means choosing to believe in your resilience and your capacity to find solutions no matter what. It means training your mind to focus on possibilities instead of problems. It means visualizing success so vividly that it becomes your default expectation. This mindset has been the secret behind countless achievements throughout history. Athletes who have defied the odds, entrepreneurs who have built empires from nothing, artists who have revolutionized their fields, all of them shared this unshakable belief that losing was not an option. They acted with boldness and conviction, often when the world around them was filled with doubt. Consider the power of this belief in your own life. When you wake up each day, what if you acted as if you could not lose at your work, your relationships, and your personal goals? How would you approach your tasks? How would you interact with others? How would you handle setbacks? You would take bigger risks. You would be more creative. You would push harder. You would refuse to be paralyzed by fear or hesitation. Because when you act as if you cannot lose, you remove the fear of failure. And fear is often the greatest barrier to success. Of course, acting as if you cannot lose does not guarantee that everything will always go perfectly. You will face failures and disappointments, but your response to them will be different. Instead of letting failure define you, you will see it as a temporary setback, a lesson, a necessary part of growth. You will bounce back stronger, wiser, and more determined. The truth is, losing is often a state of mind. If you allow yourself to believe that you have lost, then you have. But if you refuse to accept defeat, if you keep moving forward with the confidence that success is possible and inevitable, then you are already winning. One of the most important aspects of acting as if you cannot lose is how it influences your actions. Belief alone is not enough. It must be paired with decisive, purposeful action. When you combine unwavering confidence with consistent effort, you create a powerful force that propels you toward your goals. This means you must cultivate habits that reinforce this mindset. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and your vision. Feed your mind with positive, empowering thoughts. Set clear goals and take deliberate steps every day to achieve them. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep your eyes on the prize. When you act as if you cannot lose, you also inspire others. Your confidence becomes contagious. People are drawn to those who believe in themselves because it makes them believe too. You become a source of motivation and strength, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. Now, let's talk about the practical ways you can begin to act as if you cannot lose right now. Start by shifting your language. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself. Replace phrases like, I might fail, or this could go wrong, with I will succeed and I can handle whatever comes my way. Your words shape your reality, and changing your inner dialogue is a powerful step toward changing your mindset. Next, visualize your success. Spend time each day imagining yourself achieving your goals. See the details, feel the emotions, and fully immerse yourself in that future reality. Visualization programs your brain for success and helps build the confidence needed to take action. Another key practice is to embrace challenges as opportunities. Instead of avoiding difficult situations, seek them out. Every challenge is a chance to learn, grow, and prove to yourself that you can overcome. The more you face adversity head on, the stronger and more resilient you become. It's also important to recognize that acting as if you cannot lose requires persistence. Success rarely comes overnight. It is the result of sustained effort, sometimes over years. You must be willing to keep going when others give up. Remember, those who refuse to lose are not those who never fail, but those who never quit. This mindset can transform every area of your life. In your career, it can push you to take on ambitious projects, seek promotions, or start your own business. In your relationships, it can encourage you to communicate openly, resolve conflicts, and deepen your connections. In your personal growth, it can motivate you to learn new skills, adopt healthier habits, and pursue your passions. When you act as if you cannot lose, you become unstoppable. You step into your full potential and live a life driven by purpose and passion. You no longer settle for mediocrity or let fear dictate your choices. Instead, you embrace possibility and create your own success story. Let me share a story that illustrates this perfectly. There was a young woman who dreamed of becoming a professional athlete. She was not the fastest, strongest, or most naturally talented in her field, but she refused to let that stop her. Every day, she acted as if she could not lose. She trained relentlessly, believed in her ability, and refused to be discouraged by setbacks. Over time, her persistence paid off. She won competitions, earned sponsorships, and became a role model for others. What made the difference was not just her physical skills, but her mindset. She acted as if she could not lose, and that belief shaped every decision she made. You, too, can adopt this mindset. It doesn't matter where you are starting from or what challenges you face. The power to act as if you cannot lose lies within you. It's a choice you make every day, a choice to believe in yourself, to take action with confidence, and to never give up. As you leave here today, I encourage you to carry this message in your heart. Act as if you cannot lose, not because you are immune to failure, but because you are committed to rising every time you fall, because you know that success is not just about winning, it's about courage, resilience, and the refusal to quit. Life will test you. It will push you to your limits. But when you act as if you cannot lose, you unlock the strength to face those tests head on. You become the author of your own destiny, the captain of your own ship, and no matter what storms come your way, you will navigate them with the confidence that you cannot be defeated. So go forward with boldness. Dream big. Take risks. Embrace challenges. And most importantly, act as if you cannot lose. Because when you do, the world becomes your playground, and nothing can stand in your way. The foundation of acting as if you cannot lose begins with your mindset. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world, yourself, and your possibilities. It shapes how you interpret events, respond to challenges, and ultimately how you perform. If your mindset is fixed on fear, doubt, or limitation, those feelings will influence every decision you make and every step you take. But if you cultivate a mindset focused on opportunity, growth, and confidence, you open the door to remarkable achievements. What does it mean to have a mindset where you act as if you cannot lose? It means adopting a perspective where failure is not the end, but simply a part of the journey toward success. It means focusing your mental energy on what you want to create rather than what might go wrong. This kind of mindset shifts your attention away from the possibility of losing and directs it toward the belief that you can and will overcome any obstacle. When your mind is set in this way, you begin to see challenges as invitations rather than threats. Instead of shrinking from difficulties, you approach them with curiosity and determination. You ask yourself not, what if I fail? But how can I win? This shift changes how you prepare, how you act, and how you recover from setbacks. Your thoughts fuel your emotions, and your emotions fuel your actions. A positive winning mindset ignites motivation, builds resilience, and encourages persistence. Scientific studies on mindset, especially those by psychologist Carol Dweck, have shown how powerful this concept really is. People with a growth mindset, those who believe their abilities can be developed through effort and learning, are more likely to succeed than those with a fixed mindset who believe their talents are innate and unchangeable. When you act as if you cannot lose, you adopt the growth mindset. You believe in your ability to improve, adapt, and triumph over adversity. This mindset also helps to reduce fear and anxiety, which are often the biggest barriers to success. Fear of failure can freeze you in place or cause you to avoid risks altogether. But when you truly believe that losing is not an option, fear loses its grip. You start to see risks as calculated moves necessary for growth rather than potential traps. This confidence allows you to take action with boldness, even in uncertain situations. Importantly, mindset is not something you are born with. It is something you can cultivate intentionally through consistent practice, such as positive self-talk, visualization, and surrounding yourself with supportive influences. You can train your mind to default to a winning outlook. Over time, this mindset becomes your natural way of thinking, influencing not only how you approach your goals, but how you live your life. In essence, mindset is everything because it determines whether you will rise or fall in the face of challenges. It governs your response to failure, your ability to persist, and your capacity to achieve. By acting as if you cannot lose, you harness the power of a strong, positive mindset that drives you forward, turning obstacles into opportunities and dreams into realities. Confidence is the engine that drives action. Without confidence, even the best ideas, plans, or intentions can remain stuck in the realm of thoughts and dreams, never translating into meaningful progress. When you act as if you cannot lose, you cultivate a deep sense of confidence that empowers you to take bold, purposeful steps toward your goals. This confidence doesn't mean you are always certain of the outcome, but rather that you trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. When you believe in yourself and your potential, hesitation fades away. You no longer wait for the perfect moment or for all conditions to be ideal before moving forward. Confidence gives you permission to start, to try, and to take risks. It encourages you to step outside your comfort zone because you know that growth happens there. Without confidence, fear and doubt hold you back, causing procrastination and missed opportunities. With confidence, you act decisively and with clarity. Confidence fuels action by creating momentum. When you take one small step forward with belief in yourself, that action generates energy that propels you to take the next step, and then the next. This momentum builds on itself, making it easier to keep going even when challenges arise. It becomes a positive cycle. Confidence leads to action. Action leads to progress. Progress builds more confidence, and so on. This relationship between confidence and action is especially important in the face of uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and success rarely follows a straight line. Without confidence, uncertainty can cause paralysis. But when you act as if you cannot lose, you accept uncertainty as part of the process and trust your ability to adapt and overcome. Confidence becomes your anchor in stormy seas, giving you the courage to move forward even when the destination is unclear. Moreover, confidence influences how others perceive you. People are naturally drawn to those who carry themselves with assurance. When you act confidently, you inspire trust and respect, opening doors to new opportunities, collaborations, and support. Your confidence signals to others that you are capable and committed, making them more likely to believe in you and invest in your vision. Importantly, confidence is not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about embracing your strengths while accepting your limitations and uncertainties. It's about knowing that mistakes and failures are part of learning and growth. When you act as if you cannot lose, you understand that confidence is built through experience and action, not just wishful thinking. You can cultivate confidence by setting small, achievable goals and celebrating your progress along the way. Each success, no matter how minor, reinforces your belief in yourself and your ability to succeed. Over time, these small wins accumulate, strengthening your confidence and making it easier to tackle bigger challenges. In essence, confidence fuels action by transforming potential into progress. It breaks down barriers of fear and doubt, energizes your efforts, and keeps you moving forward even in difficult times. Acting as if you cannot lose means tapping into this powerful force, trusting yourself enough to take action and create the life you desire. Failure is often seen as the opposite of success, a final judgment on our abilities and worth. But when you act as if you cannot lose, you see failure through a completely different lens. Failure becomes not a permanent defeat, but a temporary setback, a necessary part of the journey toward achievement. This shift in perspective is crucial because it frees you from the paralysis of fear and enables you to keep moving forward no matter what happens. Understanding that failure is temporary means recognizing that mistakes, losses, and disappointments are not reflections of your ultimate potential. They are simply moments in time, experiences from which you can learn and grow. Every successful person, every great innovator, and every accomplished leader has faced failure along the way. What sets them apart is not that they never failed, but that they refuse to let failure stop them. When you view failure as temporary, it changes your relationship with risk. Instead of avoiding risks out of fear of losing, you become willing to take chances because you know that even if things don't go as planned, you can recover and try again. This resilience is the cornerstone of persistence, and persistence is often the difference between those who succeed and those who give up too soon. Seeing failure as a temporary setback also encourages a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. Instead of thinking, I failed because I'm not good enough, you start to think, I failed because I have more to learn. This mindset turns every failure into a valuable lesson, a stepping stone that brings you closer to your goals. Moreover, understanding the temporary nature of failure helps to reduce the emotional burden that often accompanies setbacks. Failure can be discouraging, humiliating, or painful, but when you know it is not permanent, you can detach yourself emotionally and analyze what went wrong objectively. This clarity allows you to identify areas for improvement and adjust your strategies without losing confidence. It's important to remember that failure does not define you. Your response to failure defines you. Acting as if you cannot lose means embracing failure with grace and determination. It means picking yourself up after a fall, dusting yourself off, and moving forward with renewed energy. It means knowing that every failure brings you closer to success as long as you don't quit. Many inspirational stories show how temporary setbacks paved the way for extraordinary achievements. Thomas Edison famously said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work, demonstrating how perseverance through failure led to one of the greatest inventions in history. Similarly, countless entrepreneurs, artists, and athletes faced multiple defeats before reaching their peak because they saw failure as a stepping stone, not a dead end. In your own life, adopting this mindset can transform your experience of setbacks. When a project doesn't go as planned, when a goal seems out of reach, or when circumstances knock you down, remind yourself that this is temporary. You have the power to learn, adapt, and continue moving forward. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process that makes success possible. The way you speak to yourself and the images you hold in your mind have an extraordinary impact on your ability to act as if you cannot lose. Positive self-talk and visualization are powerful mental tools that shape your beliefs, influence your emotions, and drive your actions toward success. These practices help you cultivate a mindset rooted in confidence and optimism, allowing you to face challenges with strength and clarity. Positive self-talk is the internal dialogue you have with yourself throughout the day. It can either uplift and empower you or tear you down and create doubt. When you act as if you cannot lose, your self-talk is intentionally supportive and encouraging. You replace negative or limiting thoughts with affirmations of your ability, your resilience, and your worthiness to succeed. For example, instead of thinking, I might fail, you tell yourself, I am capable and prepared. This subtle shift in language changes how you feel and how you approach tasks. Why is positive self-talk so effective? Because your brain listens to the messages you feed it. If you constantly tell yourself you can't do something or that you're likely to fail, your brain internalizes those ideas and your actions will reflect that. But if you consistently affirm your strengths and your potential, your brain becomes conditioned to act in alignment with those beliefs. Positive self-talk boosts your confidence, reduces anxiety, and helps you maintain focus even in difficult situations. Visualization is another incredibly effective technique for acting as if you cannot lose. It involves mentally picturing yourself succeeding, vividly imagining the process and the feelings of accomplishment. When you visualize, you engage your mind in a rehearsal of success. You see yourself overcoming obstacles, performing at your best, and achieving your goals. This mental practice primes your brain and body to act accordingly in real life. The science behind visualization is fascinating. Studies show that imagining an action activates many of the same neural pathways as physically performing it. This means that when you regularly visualize success, you strengthen the mental patterns needed to achieve it. Athletes, performers, and top professionals use visualization to enhance their performance and boost their confidence. When you visualize acting as if you cannot lose, you program your mind to expect positive outcomes and to stay motivated. Combining positive self-talk with visualization creates a powerful synergy when you speak kindly and confidently to yourself. While vividly imagining your success, you reinforce your belief in your own capabilities. This combined practice shapes your mindset, helping you to stay resilient when challenges arise and to keep pushing forward with determination. Incorporating these habits into your daily routine doesn't have to be complicated. You can start by setting aside a few minutes each day to practice positive affirmations and visualization. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and picture yourself achieving your goals. Feel the emotions associated with your success, the joy, pride, and satisfaction. Then repeat encouraging phrases to yourself that affirm your strength and readiness to succeed. Over time, these mental habits become natural. Your internal dialogue becomes more supportive, and your visualizations become more detailed and convincing. This trains your mind to act as if you cannot lose, strengthening your confidence and resilience. In conclusion, positive self-talk and visualization are essential tools for anyone who wants to adopt a mindset of unwavering belief in their success. They empower you to overcome doubt, reduce fear, and prepare mentally for the challenges ahead. By speaking positively to yourself and vividly imagining your victories, you create the inner environment necessary to act boldly, persistently, and ultimately to win. Persistence is one of the most powerful qualities you can cultivate when you choose to act as if you cannot lose. It is the steady, unwavering commitment to keep moving forward even when the path is difficult. The results are slow or obstacles appear overwhelming. Persistence is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who give up too soon. Without persistence, talent and opportunity often go to waste because success rarely happens overnight. When you act as if you cannot lose, you understand that setbacks, failures, and frustrations are inevitable parts of the journey. But instead of allowing these challenges to stop you, persistence fuels your determination to keep going. It's about showing up day after day, putting in the work, learning from mistakes, and maintaining faith in your vision even when the road is long. Many people fail not because they lack ability or ideas, but because they quit too early. They lose sight of their goals when immediate results don't appear or when progress feels slow. Persistence means continuing to push forward even when you don't see instant rewards. It means trusting that every effort, no matter how small, is building momentum and laying the groundwork for eventual success. Persistence also strengthens resilience. Each time you face a challenge and refuse to give up, you build your capacity to withstand future difficulties. You develop problem-solving skills, emotional toughness, and confidence that you can handle whatever comes your way. This resilience becomes a feedback loop, making persistence easier over time. History is full of examples where persistence was the defining factor between success and failure. Thomas Edison's journey to invent the light bulb, which involved thousands of failed attempts, is a classic example. If Edison had given up after his first or 10th failure, the world might have waited much longer for this transformative invention. Instead, his persistence kept him experimenting, learning, and improving until he succeeded. Similarly, in business, sports, arts, and every field, persistence is what helps people break through barriers. It's not always the most talented or smartest person who wins, but often the one who refuses to quit. Acting as if you cannot lose means embracing persistence as your constant companion, knowing that every no, every obstacle, and every delay is just a stepping stone toward your ultimate victory. It's also important to recognize that persistence doesn't mean stubbornly repeating the same actions without reflection. True persistence involves adapting, learning, and refining your approach while staying committed to your goal. It's about resilience combined with flexibility, being willing to pivot and grow while never losing sight of your vision. To cultivate persistence, it helps to have clear, meaningful goals and a strong sense of purpose. When your why is powerful, you are more motivated to keep going despite difficulties. Breaking big goals into smaller, manageable steps also makes persistence more sustainable, as you can celebrate progress and stay encouraged along the way. In summary, persistence is key because it turns effort into achievement over time. It transforms setbacks into opportunities for growth and fuels the continuous action necessary to turn dreams into reality. When you act as if you cannot lose, you adopt persistence as a way of life, a commitment to keep going no matter what. And that mindset, above all else, paves the way for true, lasting success. When you act as if you cannot lose, your mindset and actions don't just transform your own life, they have a ripple effect that can inspire and uplift those around you. Inspiring others is a powerful consequence of living with unwavering confidence and resilience. People are naturally drawn to individuals who carry themselves with courage, optimism, and a belief in their own success, and that attraction can motivate others to adopt similar mindsets and behaviors. Your attitude and energy are contagious. When you act as if failure is not an option, you project a sense of certainty and calm that encourages others to believe in their own abilities. This is especially important in leadership roles or team environments, where your confidence can set the tone for collective effort and achievement. By showing that obstacles can be overcome and setbacks are temporary, you create a culture of possibility and determination. Inspiring others doesn't require grand gestures or perfect success. It often comes through everyday actions, persisting when things get tough, maintaining a positive outlook, and treating challenges as opportunities for growth. When people witness your commitment to acting as if you cannot lose, they see firsthand that success is achievable through mindset and effort. This can encourage them to take risks, pursue their goals, and not be afraid of failure. Furthermore, your journey and story become a source of motivation for others. Sharing your experiences of how acting with confidence and persistence helped you overcome difficulties can provide valuable lessons and hope. People often relate more deeply to stories of struggle and perseverance than to tales of instant success. Your example demonstrates that setbacks are part of the process and that anyone can succeed with the right mindset. Inspiring others also creates a positive feedback loop. When you lift others up, they in turn support and encourage you. This network of mutual inspiration strengthens resilience and fosters a sense of community. Together, you become more capable of facing challenges and achieving goals than any individual could alone. In today's world, where negativity and doubt can be widespread, choosing to act as if you cannot lose can be a beacon of hope. Your optimism and determination stand out and draw others toward a more positive way of thinking. This influence can extend beyond your immediate circle, creating a broader impact in your community, workplace, or social networks. Ultimately, inspiring others is about more than just words. It's about embodying a mindset of possibility and strength. It's about showing through your actions that fear, failure, and setbacks don't have to define us. When you live with the belief that you cannot lose, you light the path for others to follow, encouraging them to embrace their own power and potential. This ripple effect can change lives, create movements, and lead to collective success. Your confidence and persistence become a source of light in the lives of others, making the world a more hopeful, courageous, and empowered place. Acting as if you cannot lose isn't just about your personal victory, it's about inspiring a community of winners.